this plan. My rhyme. My rhyme. Silence in the court. If there's any more noise, I shall have the court cleared. Oh, don't be frightened, my dear. It's all right. It's all right. This is a court of justice. You will get justice here. Oh, you saw it. I was a ghost. You saw it. I was dead. Armstrong said I was dead. That was the clever part of my plan. Said we'd trap the murderer. We'd fix up my supposed death so I should be free to spy upon the guilty one. He thought it an excellent plan. Came out that night to meet me by the cliff without any suspicions. I sent him over with a push. So easily. He swallowed my red herring all right. You know, Veracruz, all my life I wanted to take life. Yes, to take life. I've had to get what enjoyment I could out of sentencing the guilty to death. But that wasn't enough. I wanted more. I wanted to do more. I wanted to do it myself with my own hands. But I am a judge of the high court. I've got a sense of justice. As between our sovereign Lord the King and the prisoner at the bar, will true deliverance be made. You're guilty. You were all guilty. But the law couldn't touch you. So I had to take the law into my own hands. Into my own hands. Silence in the court. Anthony Marston first. Then Mrs. Rogers. Barbara turned the brandy. Mackenzie stabbed, doped Emily Brandt's coffee so she couldn't feel the hypodermic. Carl Rogers was an axe when he was chopping sticks. Oh, booby trapped for Bloor. Bloor was a fool. I always knew it would be easy to get Bloor. Returning that revolver was a clever touch. Made the end interesting. I knew you two would suspect each other in the end. The question was, who'd win out? I banked on you, my dear. The female of the species. Besides, it's always more exciting to have a girl at the end. Vera Elizabeth Claythorne, I sentence you to death.
I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty.
Ah, they all say that. Must be not guilty. Unless, of course, you're going all out for a verdict of insanity. Oh, but you're not mad, my dear. I'm mad, but you're not.
You'll never get away with this.
Oh, I shan't be around to find out. I shall be found laid neatly on my bed, shot through the forehead in accordance with the record kept by my fellow victims. I've thought it through the last detail. Most ingenious. Using that revolver and keeping great care to preserve your fingerprints on it, I shall loosely attach the cord from my spectacles to the trigger. Oh, it's elasticated, you see. The cord would loop around the door handle. That was the weight of my body. I shall close the door and jar the trigger. The revolver will recoil, jar the door, and detach itself. Needless to say, when the sea goes down, they will come from the mainland, boats and men. And they will find 10 dead bodies on an unsolved problem on Soldier's Island. Oh, but first things first.
I'm not guilty. You're judge. You know when a person is guilty and when they're not. Please, tell me the
Oh, you know, my dear, you were one of the last of my guests to be recruited. I happened to be crossing the Atlantic at the time, and late one night, the sole occupants of the smoking room were myself and a good-looking young man. He had a considerable quantity of drink and was in a maudlin, confidential state. He told me the most incredible story ever. I can remember it now. I've known murderers, you see. Known her, I tell you. And what's more, I was crazy about her. You wouldn't think a girl like that, a nice, street, jolly girl, would take a kid out to the sea and let it drown.
No.
Naturally, I had to be absolutely certain. So I asked him if he was sure. As suddenly sober, he thrust his face into mine. Oh, quite sure, you see.